What's going on, everyone, and welcome to this week's meal prep. I know it's a little bit behind, it's delayed. I'm working with a new editing software. I just downloaded or purchased Adobe Premiere Pro, so yeah, there's a little bit of a learning curve there for me. But anyways, here are all the groceries for this week's prep, and I am doing the prep for myself, my sister, and my Alex. My roommate Alex. So, and then here are all the meals that I'm going to be making. Also in the description you can find a list of all the groceries as well as the meals. It's not broken up into like a part 1, part 2 just because I didn't record it that way, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. So I'm starting off by making the shredded beef recipe. I like to sear the beef before I put it in the slow cooker. I think it gives it a little bit more flavor. Again, that's just preference, and I'm adding salt and pepper. Here again, I said it in multiple meal prep videos. If you guys aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe so that you can, get notified when more become available. But yeah, I just cook that on each side, or cook it on each side for probably 2 to 3 minutes. And I'm watching as I'm doing this voiceover, so it's almost like a commentary. But then I put it into my crock pot, and then here in just a few seconds, I'm going to start adding seasonings. And on the screen, I do my best to add the recipes and the amounts that I'm using so that you can, see it as well if I miss it or if I'm talking about something else. But then, yeah, I'm just repeating that process. And I find that like this voiceover versus, talking while I'm actually prepping, it just works better for me. It's nicer to just kind of prep, be able to watch TV, listen to music, and not have to keep turning it off and on, or, things like that. And I think it takes away from the point of the video, right? Like, you guys are just seeing prep. You're not seeing me pull away and talk about other stuff. Well, I'm going on a different rant right now, but back to the actual video. So I'm also using my Cook by Color seasonings. If you guys want a discount on those, you can check out the description, and there will be a link for a discount code for those seasonings. So yeah, check it out. I'm adding some limes, adding some cumin. I almost forgot the ground cumin, but don't forget that because it does help. And that's it. Then you just want to put the lid on it, cook it on low for 6 to 8 hours. Then we're moving on to some sweet potatoes. So we are doing some sweet potato fries this week, and I'm just rubbing them with it's a potato scrubber. I thought I had great angles this video, but some of them are not the best. But yeah, I'm just scrubbing them with the potato scrubber, getting any dirt off of them, or a little bit, and then cutting them into thin little slices. If you cut them too thick, it's not like they're gonna taste bad, but they're not gonna be able to crisp up because other pieces are gonna be cooked or cut more thin. So if you can cut them all about the same size, which I know is very difficult because I do it often and I don't ever get it perfect. So yeah, just do your best. When you cut them thin, like I said, it's going to help. But then here's the sweet potato fry recipe. So mine is pretty simple. It's just extra virgin olive oil, chili powder, cayenne pepper, and salt and pepper. This, again, is where you guys can add different seasonings as to your preference. Maybe you don't want it spicy, so you wouldn't add the cayenne pepper, or certain things like that. This is all up to you. Add as much as you want, add as little as you want. You're not going to hurt my feelings, but then you're just going to want to mix them around to make sure they all get coated evenly. And once you have done that, here in just a second, once I'm done flipping them around. And for these, you'll want to bake them at about 400 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes, maybe broiling them for the last 5 to 10 minutes to get a nice crisp on them. And then for the chicken this week, I'm doing shredded chicken. So I'm going to cook it in the skillet, get a sear on it. I'm going to add some salt and add some pepper, just very plain seasonings, because this is for the new recipe, the avocado chicken salad. And I'm going to make it into shredded chicken. So yeah, I only cooked it for probably 5 to 7 minutes on each side to get a nice sear on it, cook it a little way through, and then I'm going to throw it in the oven at about 350 degrees for an additional 10 to 12 minutes to finish it off, and then I'm going to shred it up. I'm not going to show myself shredding it up. I thought I did, but I'm not going to in this video, or I didn't in this video, so you can use your hands to shred it up. But apparently I decided to move on to the frozen veggies next. So yeah, the frozen veggies. And then I'll finish the avocado chicken recipe. But I'm just taking the peppers and onions, this little frozen blend mix, adding some salt, adding some pepper, and then I'm just going to bake them in the oven. I don't even think there were baking instructions on the bag, but yeah, I'm just baking them at 350 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. And now we're back to the chicken recipe, the avocado chicken salad. So I found a recipe online and I made some small modifications to it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So, and I know I have people on my channel who just like to watch people cutting up some veggies. If that is your thing, well, you're just enjoy, because that's what you're gonna see. I'm gonna shut up and I'll be back in a few clips. And I'm back. So I am adding some lemon zest to this. Keep in mind, you're gonna wanna grab any of the seeds that fall out of the lemon, because you do not want to bite into a seed. That won't taste very good. And what I'm adding here is some Greek yogurt. So I added a 5.3 ounce container, small container of the Greek yogurt. And then I added some reduced fat mayo. And just mixing this around. It's also a good time to say, again, guys, you can add anything you want to these recipes. Maybe there are different vegetables or different seasonings. Go for it, by all means. You know, change these things up. I think it tastes good. I've already had it a few times this week. But yeah, so I think it's a pretty good recipe. Maybe a small amount of changes in the future, but nothing much. And since this was a new recipe, I did have to try it out. Like after it was, somewhat done, and kind of, you could see on my face, I'm like, there's something missing. And that's because I left something out. I left out the cilantro. So I need to add some cilantro. The recipe called for it. I just apparently forgot about it. And you will probably also want to add maybe a little bit of pepper and even maybe a little bit of salt. I did not add any initially, but then as I ate it, I added a little bit. Tasted pretty good then. I mean, tasted good without it, but that helped. Once I am done mixing this together, and now I have my chicken separated into these two roaster pans already shredded up, and I'm gonna split it between the two. You're probably wondering, hey Jeff, how can you calculate the macros when it's just like mixed together like that? Great question. And the answer is I'm going to use MyFitnessPal. You can follow Water Jug Fitness on MyFitnessPal, and I'm just really gonna estimate it to the best of my ability. Is it perfect? Nope. Not 100% perfect. I understand that. But it's gonna be close. So there you go. I hope that's okay. Then I move on to the shredded beef. So it's extremely simple. The beef is just done. It's just gonna fall apart. I did trim off some of the fat in the beginning, so there's not as much fat in here. And it just falls apart. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's delicious. If you haven't tried this shredded beef recipe yet, I strongly recommend that you do. And now I'm starting off with my sister's meals. And she is getting about 5 to 6 ounces of the chicken or the avocado chicken salad, and with it she is going to have a piece of bread, which is not shown like right here, but it'll be shown towards the end of the video. And again, in the description you can find the macros all broken out, so check those out. But she's only getting 5 meals this week. Again, that's her choice. She only wanted 5 meals because she eats with her family, and she just wants me to sometimes make her some healthy meals that she pays for, which I will gladly help her with. And this other meal, which she's getting 3 of, is the shredded beef. It's going to be a shredded beef taco, so she's getting about 3.5 to 4 ounces. It's about 3.5 ounces though of the shredded beef. And then once I'm done with this, come on, there you go, transition, there we go. And I'm gonna add some of the peppers and onions blend. to it, which is about 3/4 cup to a cup of that. Again, maybe not the most perfect because I'm not weighing it out 100%, but again, it's going to be close. I've been doing this for so long that I'm certain I'm very, very close. And then this meal is also going to get some sweet potato fries, which I am weighing out. And she's getting about 85 to 90 grams of the sweet potatoes, and this is for dinner. A little bit more carbs probably than normal, but I mean, it's fine. It's not that much because she could eat the beef by itself if she didn't want to eat it in a taco, like if she wanted to reduce some of the carbs, or if she wanted all the carbs, then she could eat the sweet potatoes with it, as well as the taco shell, which again, you will see at the end of the video. And that is it then for her meals. And now on to Alex and my meals. Alex is my roommate. If you guys didn't know or you didn't catch that in the beginning, I also prep his meals. So we are getting about 10 to 11 ounces of the avocado, the avocado chicken salad mix. Yeah, that's what we're getting. And while this is going on, I will take this time to say I store all the meals in the fridge. I do not freeze any of them. And if you haven't yet checked out the Water Jug Fitness meal prep containers that I'm now selling, make sure to do that. There's a link in the description. It's the very first link, so make sure to go check out some of those packages that I have available to support, more of these videos, because they do take a lot of work and a lot of time, and I really appreciate your guys' support. I always appreciate your guys' support and your feedback. Make sure to leave that as well. But yeah, there's a link for the containers in the description, so just check them out. I would appreciate it. And now moving on to our dinner meal. So that was lunch, and then this is going to be dinner or post-workout. So it is going to be about 7.5 to 8 ounces of the shredded beef for both of us. And with this meal, we're also going to have a taco shell, maybe 2, and then we're going to have about 125 to 130 grams of the sweet potatoes and about a cup of the veggies. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. I'm going to stop talking now though before I just begin rambling, which nobody needs to hear, and I will see you guys, or you guys will hear me pick back up in just a few clips. All right, guys, and that's going to wrap it up for this meal prep. There you can see the bread. It's just some whole wheat bread and some multigrain bread, and you're going to have we're going to have 2 pieces of it, and my sister's going to have 1 piece of it. And then here are the beef tacos, and the shells are in the description as well. Please let me know what you guys thought about this video. It always helps to make them better. And also, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this, and I'm out.